One of the Tri-Cities is trying to find its next school superintendent, but some Kingsport school board members want to keep the search private.
The current superintendent retires next week. Dr. Jeff Morehouse announced his retirement in late August. The Kingsport Board of Education last night met to discuss how to proceed with the search for his replacement.
Some board members suggested during that meeting that keeping the list of the candidates private would be the best way to go. But tonight, News Channel 11's Kate Nemrich heard from a government transparency advocate who's saying that is insulting to the public.
She also found out the board may not be able to keep this out of the public eye because of the law. Kate?
Josh, Sarah, some board members did suggest keeping the candidate list private and how they might accomplish that, while others expressed concerns about public perception if board members were to go that route. However, keeping that list private may not be possible at all.
The next item is discussion of the superintendent search process. I have done a little research myself, but I thought it might be better to just open it up for each board member if they have some recommendations or findings.
Board members seem to agree on hiring an outside firm for the search, but not on whether applicants' names need to be made public. Board member Jim Welch suggested the publicity may deter potential candidates from applying.
I'm worried that there may be people who are interested in the job but don't want to have their name published in a newspaper that they're applying for a job outside of their system.
Deborah Fisher with Tennessee Coalition for Open Government says superintendent candidates are well aware of the public nature of the position.
Not be unusual to inform your board that you're looking for another public school director job or that you're applying for this because it seems like a good opportunity. I think that it's not looked down upon for someone to try to move to a new and better job.
Welch also suggested interviewing people who had not submitted applications to keep their information off the record.
We could invite people for an interview without them actually applying for the job. What I'm looking for is more shielding the applicants as opposed to shielding the interviews when we narrow it down.
However, Fisher says those interviews would still likely need to be publicized.
If they met, they would be subject to the open meetings law.
Board President Melissa Woods and board member Julie Byers seem to disagree on the public's perception and involvement.
I'm not saying you have to put it on a billboard, but it makes me uncomfortable from an optic of lack of transparency. So I think that's something we should consider with our population.
But at the end of the day, the public is not hiring the superintendent. So,
but we represent the public.
We represent the public. I get that, but there's a lot of things that, I mean, you get it from every email you get. A lot of the public doesn't understand a lot of the stuff that goes on in a board and the qualifications.
Fisher says that's not a fair assessment of the public and their interest.
And honestly, saying that the public doesn't understand is somewhat insulting. I mean, and also it assumes that they can't, engage in a reasonable conversation about something. I just find that insulting.
Fisher says regardless of any of the arguments made, Tennessee code is clear.
I think the statute is strong and very clear that, hey, these searches for school directors are really important to the community, and it's important that they know who's applied and that it is a solid process.
I did reach out to all 5 school board members for comment. Board President Melissa Woods replied in a statement saying, in part, quote, "There are 2 sides of this issue as far as publishing the names of candidates publicly. Transparency is always a priority to our KCS stakeholders and community. At the same time, there is a desire to protect applicants who may have reservations in submitting a resume for concern it would jeopardize their current employment. We will seek additional information from counsel and potential search firms."